Excited to have Mo Kinani back on the show, and he's got another big fight this time on July the 8th at NEF 53, the main event when he takes on Jesse Erickson. Mo, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, man. And when I first heard about this matchup, I would assume it was like most everyone else. It was when they announced it in the cage at the last NEF event. What did you think when you first heard about this fight with Jesse?
Just a comeback for me, man. Something to prove. It's in my hometown. Jesse's a game opponent, so yeah, I'm excited about it, man. It's gonna be a war.
We all know about his credentials on the ground, a very, very dangerous BJJ black belt. How prepared do you feel like you are if you're in a bad spot on the ground? Do you feel like that's his only chance of really winning, or do you feel like if as long as you keep it on the feet, that you're going to be able to kind of do your thing and cruise to a win here?
That's definitely gonna be the game plan: is to keep it standing and fight my fight, get to the flow state. Definitely knowing his skill set, I definitely prefer not go to the ground. But if it does, I believe that I'm skilled enough to get back up on my feet.
Has that been something that has been like obviously a focus in this camp where you've just been doing a lot of jujitsu? Because we know how good your stand-up skill set is. Has this
It
just
has
been
been it has been it has been a focus for my whole career since I started doing MMA. I have a boxing background, so I didn't really have that grappling background. So it's been an ongoing process. I've been working on it day in and day out for what, 6 years now, 5 years. I believe I can hold my feet. I can be on my feet for the whole fight, and I don't believe Jesse has the ability to take me down unless he tries some of the sneaky shit. But I don't believe we'll go there.
all right? When you guys were talking in the cage at the last NEF event, what was exchanged maybe behind the scenes? Was everything respectful, or is there anything said?
Oh, was super respectful, man. Jesse's a great dude. I've known of him for a long time. I don't really know him personally, but I've heard a lot of great things about him. But again, we're about to fist fight, so he was being respectful. I was being respectful back. There was no reason for animosity. The fight is gonna happen regardless. So yeah, it was pretty. It was a respectful exchange, and we're both excited to fight.
What did you think of that last NEF event? A couple of those head kick knockouts were pretty vicious, man.
They were great, man. I was there. I was right there watching the fights, enjoying the show, and it was one of those cards. And EF did a great job with the matchup and everything, man. It was great.
How excited are you to fight for NEF again, especially since it's, this is in your hometown?
I'm excited to fight in general. The fact that it being in my hometown in Portland, that's just more exciting, man. I graduated from Merrill Auditorium, so it's funny that I'm headlining my first main event over there too.
Yeah, that's very cool. Let's talk about your last couple fights. Let's start with the most recent one in March. Cage Titans 58 had the loss to Peter Barrett. What did you take from that fight? What did you learn?
I learned a lot, man. Energy management, I believe it's been the reason for both of my losses as a pro. So I just need to manage my energy better, and I'll have to prove it in this upcoming fight, man. I'll show you what kind of gas tank I have, because it was one of those fights when I felt weird out there, and my body was not responding to the commands I was giving it. I'm not giving you any excuses, but I was not healthy that night, and I didn't lose for the fact that Peter was a more skilled fighter than I was. Just simply, I stopped before him.
What do you have to do to kind of manage your energy? Because I know you're the type of fighter, Mo, when you're in there, you like going for the kill, man. Oh, excuse me. You like going for the kill. So what do you have to do to kind of rein yourself back and stay maybe a little bit more composed, not to expand so much energy? Is there something specific?
Yeah, absolutely. Pick my shots and not. I tend to throw a lot of power bombs for the whole pace of the fight. So I just need to pick and choose my fights, do a lot of footwork, and flow around. Just pick my shot.
Is that difficult with someone that has the killer instinct like you, and you go for these finishes? How hard is that?
With all the excitement for the fight, it has been the hardest thing I've ever done as a fighter. Is just being composed and controlled in there, and I believe I'm getting there.
All right. Any chance we might see down the line a rematch with Peter Barrett? Is that something that you'd like?
Maybe in the UFC, hopefully, yeah. That's
Okay.
definitely something that I would like.
All right. Very good, man. I love it. Now, Your opponent before that was at Combat FC3. You got a UD win over Robert Wustig. He just had a tough fight with Nathaniel Grimard his last time out at NEF, and I'm sure you watched it very closely. How difficult of a puzzle was he to figure out? Because he's a tough fighter too.
Uh, the kid has a chin on him. He's tough. He's been there plenty of times, so he does not mind being in the cage. There wasn't really a puzzle to solve. I got to my level of flow, and I was playing my game, man, just doing everything from the outside, and he had nothing to throw back, and I didn't know why at the time, but I was just giving him a lot of. I was the puzzle that he needed to solve. I was throwing a lot of different things, making it really difficult for him to anticipate what's coming next, and I believe that's how I got the unanimous victory that night. That was the game plan going in there, man, just to pick him apart for 3 rounds, and I believe I did that.
Are you disappointed that you didn't get the finish? Do you feel like maybe looking back at it, you could have?
Not at all. The fact that my coaches were happy with me and the way I fought, yeah, it was a win. A win is a win.
I know the energy too at the Combat FC events too. I was at Combat FC too. It's a big arena, a lot of people in there. It gets really loud. What was that environment like?
It was amazing, man. It was perfect. I feed off the crowd and I feed off the energy, and the setup was great for Combat FC. Everything was extremely smooth. So by the time it was time to fight, I was in the right mindset, the right place. The crowd was cheering, and I was ready to go. It was an awesome experience that I would love to do again.
Now you're out of work for the day. I'm assuming you're on your way to the gym right now. Evolution
Yeah, I'm in the
Athletics.
parking lot.
Okay, all right. So you're there. You're just waiting to get in there and get some work
I'm
in
waiting.
there.
I'm waiting.
Tell me what has camp been like so far? Obviously, there's still plenty of work left to do, but what has it been like thus far?
I picked up the pace about 2 weeks ago, so I've been in camp for 2 weeks. Just a lot of conditioning, like I said, and it's not like I'm gonna learn anything new in this short period of time. So I'm just gonna sharpen the tools that I already have and be ready to use them July 8th.
I haven't actually stepped inside the gym there, but is there a physical therapy office connected to the gym? Is that still there or was it there?
Yes, Scott is. He operates separately from the gym, but inside the building. So yeah, we have Scott there. Anytime anything happens, like during training or whatever, we just walk right over there and he takes care of it.
Wow, that's got to be super nice, man, just to kind of keep you
It's
guys real
super
dialed in.
convenient.
Yeah,
Super convenient for sure. We have a massage therapist here as well, actually, that I'm about to see. So yeah, we have everything in here.
very good, man. As far as training partners, anyone new? Same suspects as usual?
The same squad of killers, man. I've been doing a lot of work with Coach Kramer, DJ Kelly, our 2 black belts. A lot of work with Nate and Keegan when it comes to striking and cage work. I'm dialed in, feeling ready to go, man.
Can you kind of talk on, what makes Nate Libby such a great coach?
How strict he is. Nate Libby is an extremely strict coach, and he would pull you out of the card if you don't show up to training, and he has no problem with that. He has extremely high standards that he holds everybody up to, treats everybody equally. He's there for us inside and outside of the gym, and how strict he is about his curriculum is what makes him special and what makes us the way we are.
Your teammate Tyler Smythe is back here for this fight. He's taking on Paul Walters. What do you guys know about his opponent? What kind of a fight do you think we're going to see here from Tyler here on July the 8th?
I expect Tyler to dominate the kid. The guy has some experience with bare knuckle. He has 2 bare knuckle fights. He has a couple boxing fights. So I believe the guy's a striker. Stylistically, he's a great fight for Tyler. I believe that if Tyler fought his fight and successfully taken it to the ground, I think he'll finish it within the first.
Do you know, will there be any other teammates of yours announced to fight on this card?
Yeah, I believe Julian Connerton has an opponent. We have. Sorry, you're there with me? You're cutting.
Yeah, I still got you.
We have Julian Connerton. We have Ben Grady. We have Teddy Politis. We have Lindsey Kelly. We have Sean Wakefield. All their names are up. Some of them has opponents. Some of them do not yet. But I believe we'll have a bunch of us on that card. Bunch of Evo guys.
And with this fight being in your hometown, Merrill Auditorium, how much of a crowd do you expect to have there supporting you on fight night?
It's gonna be everybody I know is gonna make it to that fight for sure, and all the guys that have a lot of huge fan bases. So yeah, I can safely say that the building will be full of Evo guys.
I can't imagine for you, Mo, that like whether you're fighting in your hometown or you're going on the road and you're fighting in someone else's hometown, you're playing the bad guy, that it makes much of a difference. But do you feel pressure one way or another, if depending on where you're fighting and who you're fighting in front of?
There's no fight with no pressure. I personally feel like fighting in my hometown is a bit more pressure than being the bad guy and going to the guy's hometown to beat up. That's just me personally. Every fight comes with pressure for sure, and there's pressure with this one. There's pressure with the past one when I went down to Matt. But like I said, I feed up on that, and yeah, that pressure is what wakes me up in the morning.
Let's circle back to your opponent, Jesse Erickson. He's a veteran. 11-9 is his record. He's got a big win over Josh Harvey. He's been in there with some really dangerous fighters like, Devin Powell, Bruce Boynton. We talked about his BJJ, and that's his bread and butter, right? That's where he's best. How do you see this fight actually playing out? You said you want to keep this on the feet. You want to strike. Do you think you finish him? Do you think you get him out of there early?
Knowing myself, I'm definitely going to be shooting for the finish. I might take him out in the first. I might beat him up for 3 rounds. Whatever he has, whatever he brings to the cage, I'll be ready for it. I'm definitely going to be trying to get the finish. I'm not going to be rushing anything, though. Whatever the fight goes, I'll be ready for it.
You get this win, you move to 6-2 as a pro. What is next for you? Do you feel like you're still going to be here in the regional scene for a couple more fights? Are you aiming for Bellator soon, or Contender Series, UFC? Like, where's your head at as far as the next few fights?
Well, so I don't have a real plan for the far future. For now, I'm focused on going to Indiana in October. I have a title fight. I'm taking on their lightweight champ over there, Jose Filo, the Brazilian guy with a steep record. So all my focus is on that, and whatever comes after that, hopefully I get both wins against Jesse and against Jose, and we'll go from there. I'll have to talk with my coaches and see what they think, see what I think, how I feel, and we'll move from there. Whatever comes, man. I'm not rushing anything.
Do you feel like right now, though, that you're ready for that next level?
To be totally honest with you, no. I'm too hard on myself. There's certain things that I need to work on before I feel like I'm ready for that level. And once that gets done, I believe we'll get there.
Awesome, man. Well, I can't wait to see you back in there again. NEF 53. Yes, sir. July the 8th. It'll be here before you know it. Mo, always great talking to you, man. Before we do sign off, as always, I want to give you the floor. Tell people where they can follow you on social media. If you have anyone to thank, anything to plug, the floor is yours.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, Ryan. I'm Mo Kinani, MMA. Mo Kin MMA. I'm OKIN MMA on Instagram. Give me a follow for all the fight updates. I fight out of Evolution Athletix. Shout out to all my coaches, Chris Kramer, TJ Kelly, Bruce Carlton, Nate Libby, Keegan Hornstra, and all my teammates out here. They helped me put in the work, and I can't wait to put up a show July 8th in Merrill Auditorium.